Today we are going from Firelink Shrine to the Valley of Drakes the long way. So I would suggest watching like each part of this beforehand, because I do get lost and tripped up and everything, so it would be nice to know what I get lost and tripped up on before it happens to you. First things we're doing is we need to get to the depths, and before we get there we're gonna go talk to the merchant on the way and get some like plants so that we can stop getting poisoned and stuff, because that is going to happen to us on the way. So now personally, when I was doing this, I bought 2 purging stones because I was freaked out about it, but I didn't use any. And at first I bought 1 of the blooming purple bushes things, but I ended up buying 5, and I think I used 6 because I picked some up later. So I would definitely get more of those. Get 5 at least, 10 to be safe. I mean, it happens. I have 2 right now. I guess I got some more later. And don't be afraid to get like the normal purple ones too, because sometimes I just got poisoned as well. So we're headed down into the depths. We already got the key from that demon, which is sweet. So that's good. Now we're gonna head down here. So, if you can, I would definitely have a ranged and have heals. For like use miracles instead of the potions. I think I just kind of accidentally did it, just thinking. But miracles are definitely better to use than Estus right now. And then the range comes in handy a lot. So 1 for these guys, taking them out really easily so you don't get burned, because it just gets ridiculous. And 2 on the left, if this is your first time, I would shoot the butcher from here. I would take him out from up here using either arrows with like a bow or crossbow, or just using sorcery. That's the easiest way to do it by far. And then once he's dead and you go down here, there should be 2 dogs down here the first time you go down here. But there is a passage by where he was standing. If you happen to fall down there, go to 32 minutes and 25 seconds in this, and that'll help you get to the do something that we're gonna do later. So if you can get that taken care of now, that'd be cool. But otherwise, don't worry about it. We'll get to that later. These dogs are obnoxious because they are faster than you, a lot faster than you in the water. So just try to take 1 at a time. Otherwise, it gets a little overwhelming. So now heal up, because we're gonna be fighting another butcher. If you need to go back and recoup after that first one, that's totally fine. But the other butcher's right there in that corner, if you can see him. So when you walk over here, he'll jump down and he'll come at you. I died by this guy like 3 or 4 times before I finally got it right, and I think I found a trick behind it. So he's not the fastest in the world, like attack wise, he's not really quick. But what I found is, if you can get those attacks, if you can get him to attack and then hit him in those like off chances, I would go around this pillar here, and well, now he got me off on the side, but I would go off and I kind of trapped him behind this pillar, and so that way I would get him to attack me on one side and then go around on the other and hit him like this. And so I just kind of wore away at his health until he was gone. And that was the best way to do it, because I mean, he got me every other time. Otherwise, it was ridiculous. When you kill this guy, you get his sackcloth hat, which is kind of neat, but it doesn't really do anything otherwise. It's not, I don't know, I'm wearing something better, so I seriously doubt that you're gonna have something like this is gonna be the best for you. I kind of doubt that. Next, it's important, we gotta go through this door here. There's a guy in here, and he's like another merchant for you, which is awesome, because I think we always need merchants. Be really careful and don't use your sword here though, because if you hit him, you're going to lose out on him, and you're going to have to kill him because he'll attack you until you're dead. So only roll and let him free, and then just talk to him, and he'll meet you back at Firelink, and we'll go see him later, pick some stuff up, but you don't need him right now. So that's awesome. You get to meet with him. He's all about pyromancy, so if you haven't gotten into that, now's your chance to. It's pretty cool. So now we're gonna start heading to deeper in the depths. We're gonna go to the first bonfire down here. So we're close to a resting spot. So after those two guys, I don't know if you went back after the first guy like I did, or just took them both out, which would be awesome. There's a guy above here. They stick to the ceiling and then they drop down on you, so you just got to be careful. They're really slow attacks. The only time they attack is when they come way out of the water and then they let these spikes out. So really, they don't do much damage unless they land on you. When they land on you, like you'll see up ahead, they do a bit of damage. Around this corner is a guy, so I would do shield up because he freaks me out every time. Every time he gets me. Just ridiculous. So, there's nothing in here, but in the next one, they're all over the ceiling. There's like 8 of them on the ceiling. So just roll through. If you can get them to like fall and then back up, that works too. But you'll see one of them land on me and it does a bit of damage, which is just disappointing. So there you go. And now he just gets to wear away at my health. So now just take this guy out, and we're gonna find the key to the door right there. I have the master key, so I opened it, but the key is really close by. So we just head down this door. There's a passage over here that we'll come back to in a little bit. It's a dead end for you right now, so we'll be back later. Now just continue this way and you'll see a group of rats. The thing about the rats is you want to take them one by one, because they can poison you, and that's just going to use up your resources that you paid for earlier. And they're just annoying, like multiples of them. So I would just take them out one by one. It's not that bad. Then you get a great axe from this thing over here. And I don't like them, but you know, they're always useful for some people, right? So up ahead is something you'll find while down here. It's a trap. That box over there has mice in it, so stay to the left and just be ready, I guess. So they pop out. It's not like a big deal, but you'll see, I think, 2 more of those later, and you just gotta be a little bit ready for it. So now there's one more group up ahead that we have to take out. I ran out of spells, so I just used my crossbow to pull them up one by one, just make it a little bit easier. And then that the corpse over there. When you pillage it, you get the key, and you can head right back to the fireplace then and regroup for a little bit. So that's a definite plus. And don't worry about the giant rat either. We will take care of him later. We don't need to right now. So that'll be good. So yeah, we're just gonna head back up to the fireplace, or the bonfire, and then we're gonna move on so you can rest up. I got lucky this whole time. I only used 2 Estus. I used 4 heals though, so that's why I say you should use the heals. So when I go to the bonfire, I get to keep my 8, which is cool, because otherwise I would go back down to 5. And so I guess my advice would be just spare them, you know. You don't use them unless you have to. And it comes in handy having a few extra later on too. So we're just gonna rest up here for a second, you know, repair, do whatever you have to do, and then we're gonna head back out. This time we're gonna go down that path that we were at before, so I'm just gonna speed ahead a little bit to get to that path. Okay, so you may have noticed I got poisoned, and instead of doing the smart thing and just using one of the bushes, I just continued to use heal and ended up wasting them, because I think at this point I decided I'm gonna use it because I'm gonna go fight something. So big waste. Just use the heals. If you bought just the purple, not the blooming, that'd be better because it was just poison. Now we're going to fight something here, so be ready. We're fighting I think it might be considered like a knight. It was really easy for me though. He shoots down like soul arrows at you while you're fighting the dragon. So it's definitely good to get rid of him, you know, otherwise you're gonna have issues later on. So it will be easy. Just take him out, and then take out these rats one by one, because they do have a damage buff on them from that little dance that he did in the very beginning. He lets out this kind of aura, and so they get a little buff from that. After you kill them, then you can just check out the other area, and we're gonna find a shard over here. So this is 2 more traps here. There's one, and right there's the other. And then you get like a large titrate shard. Is that what he gets? Okay, yeah. So you get that. And now we're gonna head back on the way. I get a little lost in here, but I get everything you're supposed to do pretty much. That's all done. So just go straight through here until you hit the wall. Straight this way. And then you'll hit a wall and you'll take a right. There's going to be a trap door, so watch out for that. These guys, I just kept thrusting because the walls were so thin. So you know, if it's a problem for you, try that. There's the trapdoor. If you fall down, we have to go that way anyways. There's no way around it. So I happened to make the roll and get the soul, but that rhymed. That was cool. But we'll be back to this spot anyway. See the giant rat. We'll come back and we'll take care of him later. So if you did fall, that's no problem. Just hold on a sec and I'll be down there. So I got lost, and this is me finding my bearings and realizing that the only way to go is down. So we get down, and this is where the purging stones come in handy. Put them in your inventory now, because these are the things that can curse you. And when they curse you, what happens is that cloud is a curse, and you might be able to see. You see the skull. When that gets all the way filled up, you die. You just die. And when you come back, you only have half your health. So the purging stones, they get rid of that bar, for one thing, and two, they take away the after effects if you do it afterwards. So having it in your inventory and ready is good in case it's getting a little high, because really I had it, but I didn't have it like available, so it would have been not helpful to me at all. Now I'm just messing around with attacks, figuring out I can stab. We're gonna go the right way first. So this way is just the quick way to get to where we need to go and complete the little circuit that we've been doing, so that getting to the gaping dragon is a little bit easier. So it's not bad. The frogs or whatever they are, they're pretty easy to kill. You want to kill them quick before they do the curse cloud, because it adds up really quickly. So yeah, it's best to just take care of it fast. From here, I think there's just rats left, so I just took out like maybe 6 or 5 more rats, and then we got to the door to Blighttown. So we're real close. We're, you know, I would say the gaping dragon would be halfway, so we're close to being halfway. So that'll be good. Now, geez, I didn't know where I was going either. So it's just right around here. There's this big staircase that the door opens from one side, so when you go up to it, it'll open up, and then you'll see this will look kind of familiar when he goes up this ladder. And now we're back to that beginning part. So you just go up these stairs here, take a left, and there's the bonfire. So there you go. Rest up if you want. I wouldn't do it now though, because we're gonna go back down there, and we're gonna get a ring that's really cool, and I think a soul. So I wouldn't want to refight everybody down here, so I just didn't rest. I didn't need to either. It's not difficult. There are like 4 more guys, so I would suggest just not doing it. So go back to pretty much where you fell down. We're just doing a lot of backtracking. From where we fell down that trap hole, we got to this little pit of, 3 or 4 of these frog things, okay? So you go in here, and I'm just going to fail repeatedly, because that is impossible to get over. So that one didn't work out. But you get this awesome ring here. This ring is very good. It heals you every time you kill somebody, which is awesome, because it lets you last a lot longer out here. Like, it just helps out a lot. So take out the rest of these things. I don't know what they're called. I really don't. I feel like they're called drakes, but I thought a drake was like a dragon, and there are dragons in this, so maybe drake's something else. I'm just gonna call them frogs. So take these out, and then I'll show you how to get to that soul that is on the other side of the trap door. I think I'm gonna fall one more time, so you guys all get to see that, and then we'll do it right. So after a little bit of planning, I figured it out. We're gonna have to jump. So actually use like the jump command and do it. So get some speed, make the turn right, and then jump. Not that tough. Oh, it was a humanity, so definitely worth it. So then the jump back is easier, and if you fall, it's right there. Now we are headed back to the blighttown doors. Instead of taking a right up that big staircase to the bonfire, we are going to go left and check out that door. And then there's a merchant over there too. So he sells like crystal stuff, which is kind of cool. I hear that's like the best. I haven't tried it out, but there's like a crystal sword. There's some good armor he has, and then there's gold pine resin, which is awesome because it makes your weapon electric. So it'll do a bunch of extra damage. So if you want to pick some of that up, now's a good chance to do it. I would also suggest, if you just save your souls for a little bit, there will be plenty of time to use them in the near future, because after the Gaping Dragon, I go back to Firelink for a little bit because it's really a short walk after all these shortcuts, and I level up and get a bunch of stuff from the new merchants that are there. So now's the chance to get arrows or anything else that you might need from this guy, and then we're gonna head to the Gaping Dragon. So I think, yeah, I went back, I rested up, then I came back down here, and now we go up this pathway here. So the way there is actually really easy. The left, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing over here. It's a dead end. So take a right, then we're going to go down these stairs, because past these stairs there's nothing too. I had to check it out though, because I'm just a curious person. I mean, feel free to do it if you're like that too. Totally understand. There's nothing over here. So down the stairs, and then there actually is something over here. I hear if you're a human, you get a chance to fight like a demon when you go over to where this little opening is. This is another dead end. So over here, there's a heavy crossbow, and if you're a human, I guess you get to fight a demon. I haven't tried it. I didn't really want to. I mean, I'm on a mission here, so don't hate me if I'm wrong there. Now just right down these stairs is the great door to the Gaping Dragon. So if you're ready, go on in. I skipped the cutscene because I died. Cutscene's pretty cool, so I would check it out. But I only died once by him. He's really not that tough, okay? Some things you gotta keep in mind is just keep moving and don't get close to him, okay? There are a couple of different strategies that you can do. You can either shoot him from a distance with like soul arrows, or I mean, I think it would take forever, but like a crossbow or a bow. You could do that. Another thing you can do is take out that tail. If you take out the tail, he can't do one of his attacks, which when he is stopped like that, he'll whip his tail and hit you. So watch out for that. Speaking of his attacks, here are a couple of them. One is where he raises up and then slams down his whole like chest area. Okay, that one, if you're anywhere near it, you're gonna take some damage. It's not a big deal. It's pretty slow, because then after that he charges forward, and as long as you keep going in a circle and you keep your distance, there is no possible way that he will catch up to you. So that's a definite plus. See, now he's charging. That's him charging at me. He's turning, yes, but not much at all. Now's your chance to get 3 or 4 good hits in. So I was going for the tail, but I guess I wasn't going far enough towards the tail to actually break it off, because I spent the whole, like his whole health trying to take out his tail. Not a big deal, but whatever. I found that if you go in like to the left of him in this circle that I'm going now, he does a lot more of the pounding down and then charging, which makes him super easy to attack. The only real thing you have to worry about is when he's not facing you, he flies up and then he turns towards you. That's not a big deal. That was a tail whip, if you got to see that. So you could have a chance to take that out if you get rid of his tail. But the real problem that I died the first time from him is when he's facing you and he flies up, he's going to fly to where you are. So if you see him fly up and you know he's facing you, start sprinting and start rolling and just try to get out of there. I think he might have done it to me here and I got away, but you gotta be careful because that one's the roughest. I think his only other attack that he has is this vomit, what I'm walking in right now. All it does is deteriorate your weapons, okay? So you don't want to be in it when he does it because I think it can really mess you up. But it shouldn't be a big deal. So taking out his health, it took a little bit of time. Now he's going to charge forward. Once you get a kind of pattern going, it's really easy. He charges forward, you go in, you hit 3 to 4 hits. I try not to sprint when I go in there so I have enough stamina to do 4 hits. And then I get out of there and I just keep doing it over and over again. That was the flying one where he was not facing me. So when he was not facing me, he would just turn around. He just turned around. He didn't go to where I was. But when he flies and he's facing you, you need to remember to run. That corpse right there to my right, I don't know if you got a chance to see it, that has like a set of maybe like heavy leather in it, I want to say. I was wearing something better. I think I might have put on like the helmet it gave me. But feel free to grab that afterwards because this whole place is yours afterwards. It's not like you get kicked out. So you don't have to do that now. I was being antsy. This is where the problem comes. He comes towards me and I jumped and I rolled because that can kill you. So you just gotta remember to be careful. Now he just puked, and that's what it looks like when he pukes. And that's all like corrosive stuff. So it doesn't hurt you, it just hurts your equipment. Having a broken sword in this area would not be a good thing. I just keep on whittling down his health until there's nothing left. I mean, at the end I used some soul arrows, and honestly I probably should have done it a little earlier, but I think it would take more time too. It's definitely safer, but it takes more time. So by the time I got it off, I think I could get like 2 or 3 of them off, which is about as much damage as I did with a sword. But it's something to think about, you know. If you want to go ranged and you suit up with, you have a bunch of attunement and you have a bunch of ranged and you just hit him with range, you know, that definitely works. He does another tail whip there, which if I could take out that tail like I've been trying the whole time, it wouldn't be a problem. But maybe you guys will have better luck there. I just didn't. He doesn't seem to change much as you get lower health, which is cool. I mean, like some people get like stronger, or, you know, anything. The real thing is like he raises up and attacks more with that face down attack, which is a benefit, you know. Like you end up killing him faster at the end because he, I don't know, is getting pissed and tries to eat you more. There was another close call with him flying up and landing. I probably got a little lucky during this, so I chose to mind my distance from this point on and just hit him with some range. So the nice part about the range is you could use it more at random times. I continue to use it at the wrong times, but you have kind of more opportunities to strike because you can do it like right away while he's charging. Like now I could do it, and you know, that's another thing. When you're walking towards him, you want to keep away from that tail, because while he's walking, if that tail touches you at all, if it nicks you at all, that can cause damage, like a lot of it. it would be just as much as if he would like tail whip you or hit you with his paw or something. Claw, not paw. So just kind of be mindful of that. Keep away from the tail while it's moving. So took him out pretty easy actually, like in the long run. You get the Blighttown key, you get a little other goodies, and then you get 25,000 souls, which is awesome. So at this point I go back up to the fireplace and we do a little detour, and we get something we're gonna need in Blighttown. So back at the fireplace, we're gonna backtrack a little bit, kill this guy, and run past the 8 little blobs on the ceiling. So once you get that, and we're actually going to get a shield that is down here, but you have to take a different route. If you remember me saying back when we were killing that first butcher, we're gonna go through that little chute that was behind the butcher. So that'll lead to a shield that doesn't let you get poisoned, which is awesome because in Blighttown you get poisoned a lot. I mean, I got poisoned probably 6 times, which was just a big nuisance. So it's not tough to get. It's really quite easy. You just gotta know where you're going. So we're gonna take out these dogs, then we're gonna take out the one, the level up, past this water, and then I don't think there are any more real bad guys to worry about. You just get to the shield. After that though, you want to make sure you have some range, because we're gonna take out that giant rat while we're here. Giant rat it was really easy because I had soul arrows. So I took him out with that, and then you can finish him just by jumping on him. Make it a little bit cooler by doing that instead of, shooting him. Plus, you gotta go down there anyways to lead. This is where the spider shield is, so just remember to put it on when you get to Blighttown. Now we can just start taking out the rat. Just whittle his health down bit by bit until he has nothing. And then you get a free humanity from him. While you're here, you can pick up that soul that we found in the cavern right there, and you remember this spot. There was a guy right there. You can pick that up, and then you can get the soul that was just in that corner. So nice stuff from that. Now you go down this cool pathway here. It's a little ride, drops you down to where those frog guys were, I believe. So you don't have to fight any. It leads right to where the rats start and the frogs end. So just take out the rats, and then we're back to the Blighttown door. So you can go right to Blighttown. You can not. What I did is I spent my points. I actually spent them before this. That's why I only have 3,000 souls. But now I'm gonna go back, and we're gonna go to Fire Ridge, and I got some new stuff. So when you get back here, I had a bunch of points. I leveled up a couple times, and I found this guy over here. This is that guy we saved from when we were fighting the butcher. He was in the barrels. He is all about pyromancy. So I bought some spells from him. I bought the wrong one at first. It was like Misty Flesh or something. It like helped against fire, but then I bought this awesome spell called Iron Flesh, which is so cool, and I use it later. So I highly suggest it because I don't know how I would do it. I think it would be a lot more difficult if I didn't have it. So this is just like a quick demo of kind of what it does. It doesn't let you run, it doesn't let you roll, it doesn't let you sprint, When you click B, he just kind of bends over and then comes back up. He doesn't do anything. But if you can't tell, I'm taking like an eighth of the damage as I normally would, and I'm just getting hit by everything because I'm not caring. This is where I start losing health because I just went up there. I had some bad luck with all this, but I really liked Iron Flesh, so I would suggest it. It was at this point too that I went back up through here, went to the merchant, and bought some more of the blooming purple stuff and some normal purple, because you need both. Yeah. I got poisoned probably like twice, and I got toxins, I want to say 6 times, which toxin is worse, but the blooming one does both of them, so I would just stock up, you know, better to have more than to have too little and end up dying really slowly or something. After this, we're headed back to the Blighttown bonfire, the last one we were at, so I'll meet you there, I guess, in a little bit. I think I'm just trying to see if that Iron Flesh actually did anything to the stats, like visibly. I didn't see anything, but so now we're headed back. Back at this fireplace, we're going back down. Don't know where he's going. Oh, I do know where he's going, sorry. I got caught up. So now we're going to go to Blighttown. And this place is terrifying. Like, it's just not a good place. Everybody says that, and I totally believe them now. Like, it's not a pleasant place at all. So, watch out. I mean, like, spend your points if you can, like I did. Actually, I died. Yep, this is in between. I think I died 5 times with this first bad guy. This first big guy died 5 times. Going around this circle the long way doesn't give you anything. There's nothing around it. Those pots are the only thing up here. So you just take this ladder down, then there's another ladder, and then there's a guy. Now, what I found is these big guys cannot use ladders. Use that to your advantage at all times. I mean, really, because that was the only way that I killed these guys. I tried 5 times, and it wouldn't work. So, this first guy, he's coming at me. I try to do some ranged, I think. I try to get some ranged damage, but he walks, like too close to the edge, so I can't get him. So then I'm like, okay, then I'll just stab him. Oh, I miss, and I get whacked by him. So, make sure you have your spider shield on too. Remember that, because while you're doing all this and getting attacked by these giant guys and all that, you're also getting shot at by some toxins. Right here, not necessarily, but up a little bit in the road, definitely. So now, lucky for me, he attacks forward, I think at this point, and he falls off the edge. Maybe not. But I do get a chance to hit him. Maybe that makes him aggressive, and then lunges, and then he falls off the edge. Because that was the only way I found to kill him. It worked best for me, and sorry about the camera angle there. It was annoying me too, so, you know, you're not alone. I guess I just beat this guy up. So I finally take out this guy, and I get a little bit of celebrating time, you know. Finally a victory for me. So I heal up. While I was there, I picked up a new talisman, which, by the way, the talismans do a lot. I mean, it's crazy. There's this little number, if you look at their stats, and the last one I had was like 115, and this one was like 165, and it makes a big difference in my healing. So I picked him up from that fat guy that's back at Fire Ridge while I was back there. If you do miracles, get that, because that would be really useful. So now I just did what I know works. I just went back up here, tried to do some range stuff, and hope for the best. You know, these guys are tough. Take your time. If you're good at backstabs, backstab them by all means. Lucky for me, he fell. Maybe you can get the same luck there. There are 3 of these guys in the beginning, and then you only have to fight 1 more. So, and I'll show you how to fight him. I'll show you the tricks I did to take him out. So this is the last guy you gotta get. I pulled 1 at a time, definitely, because any more than that it wouldn't be good. I wouldn't be able to do it, I don't think. I'm just not at that skill level yet. So actually this time I tricked him. He's running towards me in the shortest distance possible, and he ended up walking off the edge because the ladder, it changes direction. So he just ended up walking off the edge. And that's a big concern, and I guess a big benefit for Blighttown. You can fall everywhere, like everywhere, and so you always got to be, thinking about that. Just watch out. This is where you're gonna get shot at. So while you're attacking these guys, they're actually pretty easy. I mean, think of them as like skeletons, just with a little bit more health. The only thing you got to be careful for is when they yell like that, when they open their mouth and back up, they're about to lunge at you. So when they do that, they grab you by the head and they do a ton of damage, and you'll see it later. It's just ridiculous. So actually right now I'm getting shot at. I don't know, there you can see him. He's just shooting at me. He shoots toxins, and there's this little sniper guy, and they're really easy to kill. They're 1 hit, but they will kill you from a distance so easily. So take him out. They don't respawn, so if you take them out, then that's perfect. They always drop the moss, so that's good. And if you can help it, don't fall down here. I did. I wasn't planning on it. I didn't want to, so I got lucky and I got out of here alive. But I did fall down here. I got around these guys just barely, and got back up the ladder, and then took them out 1 by 1, or 1.5, but we want to stay up here for this part. While in here, I do not take the most direct way because I got curious about a armor set. So I went and got it, ended up getting lost, but I think it turned out good, and I don't think you guys will really be able to tell. Maybe it's even a shortcut, I don't know, but I think it worked out. So, see how this guy did the yell? Now he grabbed me, and it does a lot of damage, so just watch out for that. They can't jump far, so you do a roll backwards or whatever, get away from them when they do that, but just be careful. After this, we go to the next part. There is a katana over to my left. You'll be able to see it for just a second. There it is to the left. Slowed down the clip for you just a little bit so you can see it. I didn't get it, but if you're a dexterity build, it is a good one. So I would suggest looking into it. I do know you don't want to jump down on anything here, just because there is a high risk of like the floor breaking out or you missing or something, and that's just an easy die and a difficult retrieval. So what I did is I went around this back way instead of going around the house the normal way, and I saw this, so I got curious and I rolled down, and it led me on a 20-minute goose hunt trying to figure out where to go. So lucky for you, I skipped all that and we can just keep going. So you get a nice set of armor. It wasn't good for me, but it does look pretty cool because it's real sleek and stuff. Maybe if you're a thief, maybe that would be really good because it's like shadow, I don't know if there are like benefits for all that. But you go through this way, and I believe there's like a soul over here, maybe. Oh, I guess not. So I ended up jumping. So just jump. It looks really cool. It works really well. So just do that. Then head this way. The same direction we were going, and the bonfire is right there. Super easy, super, you know, right there. It's real quick. Sorry about the choppy video there. It was, you know, complications arose and everything. So rest up at it. It sucks to rest up because you have to kill, you know, 2 more people than you normally would have to, but it's definitely worth it because I died another 2 or 3 times to get past it. Now the dogs there that are dead, I probably should have done this when they were alive. They breathe fire, so they're pretty easy to kill. 1 or 2 hits, but just be cautious because they do breathe fire. Okay, at this part, the best thing I can tell you is you gotta try and pull these little guys, the dredgelings, you know. You gotta be able to pull them up to you, okay? Because down there is a big guy. Down the ladder right here, there's a big guy. So remember, the big guys, they can't make it. They can't go up ladders. So that's a definite plus for you because you can take all these guys out first. So that's what I did. I took all the guys out that I could because I couldn't do this without that. And then I headed down. Now, you were getting shot at before. Your shield should have been up because it always should be up. And if you go, once I retrieve, if you go, oh, I guess I didn't go that way yet, I'm sorry. There's another guy over here. But there's another ladder we're about to go on that will lead us to the last sniper. And I believe this is where he is. I mean, I'm pretty sure it is. But I think he like fell off or something for me. Because I did randomly get like 150 soul while I was out here. That happened a couple times where I would just randomly get stuff because they would just fall. And you know, that's a great thing about Blighttown. This place is just awful though, so it doesn't really cancel anything out. But right up here is where you'll find a sniper. And right up here is also where I pulled the last dredgeling to kill him before I had to kill the big guy. Which is awesome because I did not want anybody while I was fighting that big guy. So I think I just take him out. So now this guy comes up here, I take him out, and then it's just on to the last, the big guy. I don't know what they're called, but they're freaky and huge, and they do a lot of damage, and I don't like them. So the way I did it, which is awesome, is I actually got to put Iron Flesh to test, and it was great. I really love the thing, you know. I use it a lot now. I really do. It's just really useful to me. So I use the thing, put it on, makes me super slow, but now I can take this guy out no problem. I mean, sure, he hits me, but I take it. You see, it didn't do any damage. It took all my stamina out, and then that hit, it took what, like a 1/6 of my health. So by that time he's already down to like a 1/3 of his, and I can just take out the rest of him. So Iron Flesh definitely has a plus for me. I'm definitely a user of it. I mean, it's great, and this is where you get the purple moss comes in handy. If you just used, I used the blooming, which I didn't have to because the normal purple is for poison. So I was poisoned there. You could just use the normal purple one. So we are actually real close to being done at this point. We did one of the 2 fireplaces that we have to go to for here, and we're real close to the second one. So after you kill this guy, you just gotta follow me exactly where I go, because we're gonna take a couple shortcuts down and then we're gonna get to the next fireplace as quick as we can. I think there's 2 more snipers that we have to deal with. I think I end up killing one of them. I did kill the other one, but it was not intentional. It was for other reasons. So once you get to the white wall, you just want to walk and you want to fall right on that body. So do that, fall on the body, go ahead and pillage. You get a whip, which is kind of cool. It's odd, but you know, it's actually kind of cool. It's fun. Then you fall right back down onto that. And then we're just about there. We got to go through some bugs now. So we're in the lower levels of Blighttown, pretty deep down here, and we're fighting these bugs. They're these big spider things that have real little health, but they can breathe fire. They slow attack. So if you can stagger them like I did, and not let them attack, that would be the best way to do it. I think I got attacked like twice by these guys, but it worked out nicely. So now is where you're getting hit by another sniper, and you got to be careful. I think I go toxic here because I attack him at the wrong time because it's so quick. He shoots them so quickly that you don't have much time to react. So I just jump down here. There was an attack. That stinks. And now we're going to get this sniper over here. So he's shooting at me. I got him locked on, and then I attack right as he shoots another one, and it poisons me. So you got to use another one. What is that? Number 3 or 4, something like that. So after you get him, behind this wall there's some stuff. You get a nice a falchion or something. It's a nice like scimitar kind of weapon. So have fun with that. If you're a Dex build, I think you'll appreciate that. Now we're actually real close. We're almost done. So I gotta find my own directions here, so I know where I'm going, and then we can keep going. So right down here, we just got a little bit of a ways to go yet. I think I took the hit when I could have rolled. You can roll to the right there, and I decided against it. I guess I got a little freaked out. There's a lot of stuff going on here, so I was nervous. And these things are annoying. They get real big and then they hit you, and they only take 1 hit to kill, but you can't hit them because they're like flying all the time. So just run by them if you can. If you have to kill them, you have to kill them. Roll right down here. You can walk or roll, whatever works. I didn't go down there yet though. Didn't want to. So now I just take out this guy right here, and then the fireplace is real close. You will get poisoned though by the swamp, so make sure you have another one. At least, because otherwise you're going to be kind of SOL. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go to the right a little bit, and we are going to run from that big pack that's right down there, roll down here, and head through the swamp. Now you get poisoned, don't gotta worry about it because the bonfire is right here. It's right here. So go ahead and heal up, repair, do whatever you have to. What I did, which I strongly suggest not doing, is I reversed hollowing, and then I kindled because I was like, wow, I'm gonna need 10 Estus for this, when in fact I needed no Estus, and the human just became a huge problem because I ended up getting invaded, and then I died because I couldn't leave the area, and then I got caught up with a bunch of bad guys. So it didn't work out. I would stay away from it Now it's really easy from this point on. We've done everything difficult. Now we just gotta follow the path a little bit. So you just gotta kill this guy. Gotta kill one more guy, and then you know, that's it. I think that's all you have to kill, and it's real simple. So we're gonna walk up here, go up this ladder and onto this wheel. It's kind of cool. It's like an elevator. So you go up the elevator here, go onto it. I've seen people do this many different ways. Don't freak out. Go off when you feel comfortable. You know, roll off. I try to roll at an angle more towards the left so that I don't, you know, go off this board. Then we're gonna go up this ladder, and we have like 3 more ladders to do, and then we're done. Head up this ladder, and yeah, you have a couple guys after you, but you're going much faster than them, so you don't need to worry about it. There is a sniper to your right now, over here, but we do not worry about him. We just keep on going. He almost gets me, but it didn't happen. So now we just keep going up, and we keep going up again, and I guess he did get me in the long run. So gonna have to use one of these, and after you kill this guy, there is another ladder. Head up that, and we are like right here. I think there's one more ladder to go up, and that would be right there. Head up this ladder, and here is your key to New Londo Ruins, I believe. Okay, so there it is. Now just take that key. I had to skip because I couldn't leave at this point. It was a white wall, you know, because I was invaded, so I had to take a little detour. There are 3 of these guys. Just run by them. Save some sprint for these 2, because I jump and I roll at this because there are 2 of them. Now you go through here, and you're home free after this. Once we leave, we go through the Valley of Drakes, and if you take a right and you continue to go right here instead of left, you will find the sword and shield. The sword I'm currently using, and the shield I generally use. So you would find that there. I would suggest being careful though, because you'll probably die. So go up here, go to Firelink, use your souls, get rid of humanity if you can, and then kind of cut your losses. Unless you have the Ring of Sacrifice, which I know some of you will, that would be something I would just be careful about. But otherwise, you're done from here. So thanks for watching, and I hope this helped out. It's a long journey, but I'm super happy that I could do it, and if I can do it, I definitely